Guys, I am so proud of this bird of prey. I mean, for him to be able to go from that perch all the way to my glove over a giant body of water that he's honestly not that used to is incredible. Yes, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, there we go, come on. Delicious, ooh. And those razor blades for teeth cut through the hibiscus like it's nothing. Easily, at this size, an American crocodile can snip your finger off like a hibiscus flower. Come on. Yes, look at you. Woo! Good boy! Good boy, did you see that? Good job! Bagoy finally flew over the whole entire pond. This has been my dream ever since I laid eyes on this property. The second I saw that little peninsula, I said, I've got to fly birds of prey across this whole entire lake from that little peninsula. Oh my God, and that's the second time ever doing that. We actually, oh, you want to get some more of that? Delicious? Yes, very delicious. He actually did it for the first time over the weekend when we weren't filming an episode. Check out this clip.
Bagoy! Up, up!
Yes, look at that. Beautiful boy. My beautiful boy, good job, good job.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I can't believe you. You're flying over the pond like it's nothing, getting such good exercise. Oh, you want to eat some more? Oh, this very tasty guts. All good with the bones. Ooh, happy horse noises. Guys, I am so proud of this bird of prey. I mean, for him to be able to go from that perch all the way to my glove over a giant body of water that he's honestly not that used to is incredible. For him to be able to fly freely without a tether, without a big aviary over us is amazing. The relationship I built up with this owl, the trust, the training it took to get to this moment over the last couple months is amazing. He took his first hops, I don't know, like 5 weeks ago or something like that, and now he's soaring over a whole entire lake. How amazing is that? Not just because it shows all the dedication of training and effort paying off, but also it's a great little biosac. It shows a great deal of enrichment that we can give to him. Instead of just keeping him in a big enclosure where he can fly side to side, we can take him out to any event and fly him over a great distance for enrichment, for exercise, so he never gets too fat in captivity and he lives his best life possible. Also, he's a great animal to bring out to shows because he's a great educational ambassador. I mean, this is the second largest, for me, this is the second largest owl on our planet. They can literally weigh over 7 pounds. That's insane. And speaking of which, do you think you can get your 4-pound butt over 2 times in a day? Maybe? Okay, we're gonna try and fly him one more time. You want that leg? Eat the leg, eat the leg, eat the leg. Good boy. You can see we have anklets and we have jesses. All this is insurance, so when he lands, I can grab these tethers and he can sit with me while I walk around. Nice little bit of insurance. But let's go see if we can fly him one more time because it's getting kind of hot. You ready? You ready? Let's go fly him. All my training, all my dedication finally paying off. Being able to take out my big owl out in a free space to fly him. Up, up. Good boy. Stay there. Notice he just got a little spooked because of the noise from the plane. Bagoy's been taken out for walks on his little leash attached to the glove every day. So it got him used to the outdoors, got him used to all the random things, birds, rabbits, foxes, planes flying over. So when he sees them and he's not tethered to my glove, he won't fly off because he's spooked. So it's real important, this big buildup, these little moments. Remember, we were training him literally from the stand to my glove, only a foot, then 3 feet, then 5 feet, then 10 feet, then out my screen porch where it's like insurance. So I'm out of breath. So he can't fly away. And then they finally build up to the moment where he's flying great distances. Let's do it without any security. It's just so amazing to get up to this point. Raising an animal from a very young age, training them day in and day out, and getting them to this point. So what you envision, this is amazing. I love this so much. You ready? Bagoy! Up, up! that not badass? Woo! Guys, if there's ever something you want to do in life, just pursue it. Do what you want to do. I love working with wildlife. I've always envisioned myself raising up an owl, a Eurasian eagle owl, after working with them for years, getting my own bird, raising it up and training it to fly across my property and using it for educational shows. And guys, everything's working out great. This is amazing. I mean, seriously, he is a true beast. Come on, get a little bit, get a little bit. Good boy. Good boy. Here, sit up here. Up, up. Up, up. Good boy. It is so incredible to be able to do this. I love him so much. And look, even small distances, like right after just flying. Bagoy! Up, up! Good boy. He's the perfect bird. I love him to death. The Eurasian eagle owl. And some people would say, why an owl? Why are owls so important? Well, owls are top predators. They're keystone species, just like our crocodiles, just like our sharks, just like our venomous snakes. Eagle owls and other owl species, birds of prey, are so important for our environment because they manage all the other animals below them in the food chain. Without birds of prey like owls, we'll be overrun with rats. So snakes, birds of prey, all these animals are so important for our environment, especially the owls. Ooh, happy bird! Want some more? Ooh, let me hold that leg and help you. Ooh. No, you can have it actually. Good boy. Good boy. Good, right? Ooh, it's getting kind of hot out. We're gonna go put him inside his room for now, which by the way, he's gonna get a new enclosure by the end of this year outside, a nice beautiful chickee, which is gonna be turned into an enclosure as well. He's staring at the plane, he's like, what the heck is that? What kind of owl is that? All right, I'm gonna feed him a little bit more. We're gonna get him inside, and then next we're gonna feed the fish in the pond. Alright guys, we got our fake rock right here with our little hidden treats. We're not going to be doing dry food today. I'm going to start going to the bait shops and getting like pilchards and all kinds of frozen thawed fish for bait. And start trying to hand feed some of the bass, because that's something I've been wanting to do for a while. Also, I got these big predatory fish in here, and I'd like for them to get nice and fat off all these fish. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, because it's still a big frozen block, I'm just going to let all my turtles and fish munch on it as it defrosts in the water. So I'll just leave that big chunk right there. And I'm gonna start doing this every week, so all my big catfish, my turtles, everything in here can munch down and get a good protein boost, good energy boost for the pond. All the bass are checking it out. Once this all defrosts, they're gonna start munching away. I'm gonna throw some out there. Maybe some pacu will take a nibble. The pacu are supposed to be vegetarians, but they're more omnivorous. They'll take a little bit of everything, meat and veggies. Let's wash our hands nice and clean. And I think what we'll do next, let's dispose of this trash and let's go pick some flowers. Yeah, I said pick some flowers. It's the manliest thing you can do, and I'll show you why in a second. Hibiscus flowers, my favorite. And the good thing is they're all planted around my house. Literally, we're covered in flowers, which is great for Cyclura species and Tenosaura, which spiny tail iguanas, and then the rhino iguanas. They love to eat these flowers. And believe it or not, I didn't get a video of this, but Mr. Bakes, my Utila Island iguana, the critically endangered spiny tail iguana, he ate from my hands for the first time since I lived at the Everglades outpost like 6 months ago. So let's go see if we can get on film this time. Mr. Bakes, look what I have. We're real quiet, and I hide Ruth behind me. He might not get spooked. What people don't realize is Mr. Bakes used to be a personal pet for somebody in a backyard, so he's never used to seeing all these random people and also all this random wildlife, because we live out in the sticks. We got coyotes, raccoons, and everything. Mr. Bakes, look, it's a yummy hibiscus. We're gonna get low. We don't want to intimidate him. We're gonna see if he can actually come from the inside. Let's see what happens. It smells right. Mr. Bakes. Mr. Bakes. He's interested. He's interested. Yes. Oh, look at that. Eat up. Oh, look at that. Can we get you to come down further? Yes. Come on. Yes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Yes, 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 come on. Where are you going? There we go, come on. Delicious, ooh. And those razor blades for teeth cut through the hibiscus like it's nothing. Look at that. Not saying hibiscus is hard to cut through, but you definitely know their teeth are sharp. Not just because you can see him cutting through it, but also he bit me really bad before we left the outpost. I had my finger stuck, my index finger stuck in the corner of his mouth for literally like over an hour in the dark when it was real cold out, and I had to go catch him up to bring him in from the cold. Right? You gave me a good chomp one day, did you? You're such a beautiful boy. Look, he just munches right through those flowers like it's nothing. They love hibiscus flowers. Let's see if we can get him to come back out. Come on. I got more, dude. He's so cute. He's a little bit dull in coloration right now, but this is one of the most beautiful iguanas you can find out there. When they're lit up from the sunlight, they literally turn baby blue. They're one of the most incredible looking lizards out there. And it's so sad because they're critically endangered. They're only found on one island. Whoa, come on. Go on. I gotta tease him. Come on. You can see his face poke out. Can you see him? Look at him. Come on. Take a bite. Put it right there. Maybe he'll climb out a little bit more. But what's really crazy is they're only found on the Utila Island off of Honduras. So it makes them an endemic species. They're not found anywhere else on the planet. They're actually going extinct now because of introduced species like feral cats, dogs, illegal poaching of gravid females, because apparently a gravid iguana tastes good for some reason. And one of the biggest thing is development on their nesting sites. Honduras is a beautiful place, and the Utila Island is just as beautiful. And a lot of people are trying to build resorts out there, which is taking out a lot of the natural habitat of the Utila Island iguana. Out of all the different spiny-tailed iguana family members in the Tenosaura family, this is literally the most critically endangered of them all. The big goal in the end is to find him a girlfriend, or maybe two girlfriends, and set him up in a nice big natural-looking enclosure, similar to what they would have in the habitat of Utila, like the mangrove habitat, because these guys are also nicknamed the swamper iguana, living in the mangrove swamps. Make them a nice big habitat, get them some girlfriends, and hopefully we can get them breeding, which will lead to a nice insurance colony of the Utila Island iguana. And if there's ever another facility that wants to breed them for insurance colonies to keep them conserved in captivity, or even release them back into the wild, we'll have a whole colony here to share with the world. Let's close this enclosure up, and let's go take care of Ziggy, the American crocodile. I know, we haven't filmed Ziggy in forever. Ziggy's in an enclosure that's a bit of a pain in the butt to get into. You have to undrill the top. The top is terrible. I need to get a new top built. I need all the tops to be built the same, easy to get into. We're moving all of our big waterland tubs. They're going to be all along probably the outside of this building or somewhere over here where it's direct sunlight and they can get natural sunlight all day. And we'll do a plumbing system to drain all the water so it's real easy to clean. But you're about to see today, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt because there's no good plumbing on it to close it up. So basically, we're gonna have to bucket out a bunch of water, grab Ziggy, see how she's doing, give her a little inspection, and then scrub out the tub and fill it with fresh water. Make sure this enclosure is nice and locked. And I guess let's go see how little Ziggy's doing. As you guys know, she is not so chill anymore, but that's fine. She's a croc. It's to be expected. Okie dokie, my friends. As you can see, ooh, I actually didn't even point this out. Let me show you guys real quick. Notice all this random plywood. Check this out. The Serpentarium is looking sexy as hell. Look at this. Check it out. We got all that plywood down. So now this door is permanently closed from the inside with a dry wall added on the inside instead of having a whole unit on the outside. So now the outside of the building looks real pretty. And eventually, as much as I love Reed, the old owner, I love you, Reed, I know you're watching this, we're going to take that sign down. We're going to get a Serpentarium sign with a nice big king cobra. I'm sure Reed will understand. And it's gonna look real cool. Guys, we're moving into the future. It's amazing. I'm so excited. Hey, let's get this little crocodile taken care of. She needs a little bit of a scrub in her enclosure. First, let me take off my shoes because I don't want to get these shoes wet. We're gonna unscrew the top of this enclosure. Whew. This is all right, but I can't wait to fix all this up. I mean, none of this stuff is gonna be here. We're gonna fill like white rock up all the way over here. We'll put picnic tables so it's a nice area to hang out under. And there's not going to be any crocodilians set up under here. We want our crocodilians all set up under the natural sunlight, so they're getting it all day whenever they want it. So what I got to do is unscrew the corners. So I'm just going to do that real quick, get this enclosure opened up, and then I can start dumping out all this water. And like I said, this is not set up the way I want. How it should be is with a nice pipe. You just untwist the pipe, and then all the water rushes out from the bottom. But sadly, we don't have that right now. We're good to go. That's unscrewed. We're gonna open up this part and start bucketing out all this water, because it's just, we put an overflow on it. We basically just stick a hose in here, and these overflow holes over here will allow the water to cycle out like my pond works. But we don't have a nice pipe to get out most of the debris, so we definitely want to dump out most of this and get it nice and cleaned up. All right, guys, we're gonna use a cooler because I don't have any buckets available right now. Oh, Ziggy! See, Ziggy just popped out at me. Yeah, she's like, "What the hell is that?" It's a cooler, Ziggy. And I'll just dump out a majority of this water, and then we'll grab Ziggy out in a second. Holy smokes! There's actually some shiners that are still in here from when we put them in months ago. Somehow they're still alive in there. Look, I can see them moving around. That is too cool. Ziggy, I don't want to hurt you. Ooh, you see this pop up at me? I don't want to hurt you, Ziggy. Watch out. Yeah, it's pretty ratchet. I know. It's the beginning of the facility. We have a long way to go. Oop, I see that tail. Don't bite me, Ziggy. I know how defensive you are. Alright, we're making progress. We got like almost half of it out already. Oh yeah! Chandler's Wild World! Buckets are too mainstream. Coolers are the way to go! Yeah! Yeah, you'll never see me doing this again on the channel. We're gonna make sure everything's set up nice and proper. This is just, this is the old backyard way in Florida. What can I say? You got a crocodile in a tub, you gotta clean it, you gotta do what you gotta do. Back in the day, you drain a whole pit with nothing but a bucket. No such thing as plumbing back in the day. Come on. There we go. Look at that beautiful animal. There she is. Oh, nice try, Ziggy. Nice try. I know. I'm sorry. Look at that beautiful American. Oh! It's okay, Ziggy. I love you. Relax. I love you. Stop it. Ooh, big girl. In a death roll, you're gonna end up sticking one of my fingers in your mouth and popping it off. Easily. Ooh. Easily, at this size, an American crocodile can snip your finger off like a hibiscus flower. So you do not want to mess around. Ooh. She's death rolling on me right now. That's why I'm holding her in such an aggressive manner. Sorry guys, but it's best I hold her in the right position. Then she death roll and my finger slips in the corner of her mouth. Because unlike that iguana, I'm not getting my fingertip back. What a beautiful animal, the American crocodile. Crocodilus acutus, native to South Florida, both sides of Mexico, Central America, and throughout South America. This species used to be very endangered here in Florida, but with proper nest protection and breeding in farms. Now we have upwards to 2,000 to 3,000 adult American crocs on the wild, whereas they used to be just two. Bera! Stop it! She's clawing on the back porch right now. She's being mischievous. We might go see her in a second. Bera, stop breaking my house! Anyways. So the American crocs, they used to be critically endangered here in Florida, but with proper protection, they've made an amazing comeback. But it's not over. Because they have such a large range, they're still threatened in some of their other ranges, like Central America and Mexico. There are still many places where people are actually going to go out and illegally poach crocs like this, cut their heads off, sell the head, sell the skin, and eat the meat. I know some people in other countries, they have to find ways to put money on the table, find a way to put food on the table. Not everyone has the ability to get a nice paying job where they can take care of their family. Some people have no choice but to go out and assist in illegal poaching, whether it's crocs, whether it's collecting pangolins out in the wild. You got to understand both sides. I love these animals. I want to protect them, but to be a good conservationist, you got to be a bit of a humanitarian too. You got to figure out a solution for both sides of the party. And I think the right thing to do is to create crocodilian eco tours throughout all of Central America. Turn poachers into actual tour guides. So the same kind of people that are poaching these animals are also the same kind of people who can save their lives. We can turn poachers into eco-tourists and literally turn the same animals that would have been a target into target animals for a tour bus or a tour boat to go check out and experience out in the wild. Because if you're from the UK, if you're from New York, if you're from any of these places that don't have alligators, crocodiles, rainforests, any of that stuff, then your opportunity to see these animals is when you visit Central America, when you visit South Florida. And if there's no crocs left, you're not going to get many tourists. And tourism is one of the biggest economies in every country around the world. It is the biggest economy. So it's definitely good to utilize tourism for the animals rather than turning them into boots, bags, and belts. I love her so much. Look at her. Such a beautiful crocodile. Gorgeous mouth, yellow throat. Crocs actually do not have tongues, whereas alligators and caiman do have a tongue. So if you look inside that mouth, you'll notice there's not an actual physical tongue. It's just flesh fused to the bottom of the jaw. Beast of an American croc. Hey, I love her to death. Look at that dragon's tail. Okay, baby Ziggy. It's okay, baby. She's starting to calm down. She still understands that I'm not trying to hurt her, even though she's got that mouth wide open. All right, so what I'm gonna do? Whoop, relax. Oh, I'm trying to clean in here. Whoop. Okay, we don't want her to break her teeth. Let's give her a little break. We'll come back. In the meantime, let me show you something real cool I'm working on. All right, she's a little snappy. Let's leave her for a minute. Let's let her relax, and let me show you something really cool. Check this out. Look at this. So obviously, we're on 11 acres of land, and we're going to use as much of it as possible for our crocs. And right here is a nice, beautiful area I was thinking of using to maybe start Ziggy's enclosure. Imagine, let's back up for a second. Imagine this is the beginning of a fence right here. And then this grass is for Ziggy to bask on, right? And then there's this raised up land on the sides as well. And then starting here, and then going back quite a distance, going deep into the ground, a nice flowing creek for Ziggy. Imagine a whole creek going through here just for Ziggy. We won't be able to put her out here until she's big enough to fend against a bobcat though, because we're in the woods, we have coyotes, we have bobcats, raccoons. She has to be big enough where she can fend herself against a big bobcat. Because in reality, a big full-grown bobcat, even though they're only about that big full-grown, they can literally take out a 4 or 5 foot alligator. So Ziggy needs to be the right size so if a bobcat jumps in here, she can defend herself. But I think once she's big enough to go in here, she'll probably be roughly like 4 feet or just about. So we'll dig this out, make this nice flowing creek. She can hide in these bushes. Ziggy can literally crawl out, hide in the bushes in here, hide in the shade, go into the creek, swim around, go on that portion of land. She can hide under this brush right here. And then somewhere along here, the enclosure will end, but the water will continue to flow into the next enclosure. And we'll basically make this Crocodile Creek for all of our little crocodilians. So obviously we're gonna have crocodilians that are gonna be too big for tubs, but not big enough for big ponds. We want an area where we can keep over 4 to 5 foot crocodilians. So we can put Ziggy at the front. We can put the smooth front caiman down here somewhere when it gets bigger. We can take that Cuvier's dwarf caiman and put it in this creek as well. And they'll all have dividers and they'll keep flowing. And then in the bigger chunks of the woods, we're gonna have the larger croc ponds. We're gonna have the big croc ponds for the big salties, the big Niles, all the really cool stuff. But the first croc enclosure we're gonna build, the first really big one, I'm not gonna show you too much because you don't talk and do too many things before they happen, or they won't happen. You wanna jinx it. But the first croc enclosure we're gonna be doing is gonna be a whole acre fenced in just for a pair of crocodiles, a whole acre with a huge pond full of natural trees all around, already planted, ready to go. So we're moving into the next stage. Before the year's over, we're gonna have a couple croc ponds already set up, and we're gonna get some crocodiles that I've known my whole life. Specifically, one crocodile that I used to work with at Native Village when I was a little boy, and I first started wrestling alligators, so it's very exciting. All right, so Ziggy's right there in the corner. She just dropped her head. I'm just gonna go from this side. Oh! All right, guys. Ziggy's gonna end up hurting herself. I don't want her to, look, she's gonna jump if I try to stick this in the water again. Ooh, okay. I don't want Ziggy to keep going after this. She's gonna end up breaking her jaws on this. Not breaking her jaws, but breaking a bunch of her teeth. The thing about crocodilians is that they go through thousands of teeth in their lifetime. A tooth breaks off, there's another one right under it ready to go out. So they're caps. So these guys are similar to sharks. They're always ready to go with their teeth. But I don't want her breaking her teeth on hard plastic for no reason. She still has to catch these little fish, she still has to grab things, and she still has to be able to defend herself. She wants good sharp teeth just in case a raccoon sticks its hand inside this cage. She teaches it a lesson. But we're gonna leave her alone. We don't want her breaking her face on this big cooler. So what I'll just do now is I'll put the hose over here. We'll let the water flow and let it flow for a while so most of that nasty water cycles out, and she'll be nice and happy. Right, Ziggy? Can I touch your teeth, Ziggy? Oh, yeah. Well, I won't be touching her teeth, huh? All right, I'm gonna close this up. We're gonna secure it, and then we're gonna get up to some witchcraft in a second. I'll see you there. He's ready. You hear that? His spirit is coming back. His spirit is coming back. Bring back my Kawasaki. Oh. Okay. can never kill the green mama. Yikes! Ooh. Remember, nothing's ever truly dead. Everything's always alive with us in spirit. Alright, before that thing explodes, make sure you guys get on Patreon, check us out, exclusive content. If you guys subscribe to Patreon, all the money, all the funding goes towards the build out of this beautiful facility that might catch on fire right now. And check us out on chandlerswildlife.com for exclusive merchandise only found on that website. So stickers, t-shirts, everything you can think of. Look at this, Chandler's Wild World with a mullet, which is still growing out. The mullet madness. Anyways, my bike is melting. I'll see you on the next one. Green Mama's back.